Inland Sports.
As we go to San Gorgonio, the head coach of the Spartans, Rich McClure, joining us here live on the Inland Sports Show, talking more football. And, Coach, I was talking to Coach Zomal about the same thing, that I just feel like the high school football season, it starts earlier and earlier. Maybe it's not necessarily earlier, but it feels earlier, being like the third week of August, having week 0. I mean, does it creep up on you ever? Because it creeps up on me the start of the season.
Well, if you've been going since May, no, because we've been doing it this whole time. So, our kids are really, really excited about not hitting each other and trying to go and play against somebody else, because, they've been on each other for dozen weeks or so. And so they're really excited about having the opportunity, good or bad, to kind of find out where they are.
So, Coach, I know this is scrimmage week, for all those week 0 teams. This is scrimmage week, and you'll have Bloomington next week. But who are you playing in your scrimmage, and what are you hoping to see from San G in that scrimmage?
Well, we hooked up with Paris High School, and so we're going to go down there. We had a fairly competitive game against them. We tried to get them on our schedule. It didn't work out, and we reached out to them. They returned the favor, and so we're looking forward to a good game simulation type scrimmage. So we're excited about going down to Paris High School. So,
Coach, when you go into a scrimmage, obviously you're not keeping score. So what are you exactly looking for? Are you looking to give certain guys a certain number of snaps? You're trying to look at formations? Like, what's the goal of the scrimmage for you?
Well, for us, it's about situational football. And so we get into this situation and we practiced everything, but now it's, how is a kid going to react to a situation, live fire type scenario, even though it's a scrimmage and, there's no games on the line, from wins and losses and all that stuff. But we want to find out from that added intensity, where's that kid? What kind of decisions do they make? And then how can we correct those from a standpoint of evaluation? Because getting grades is the biggest part of what we do. So grading these players, we actually have a little bit of depth now. So we got 2s that want to be 1s and given the opportunity, see what they're made of for the following weeks.
So, Coach, going into this season, with the guys that you got, where do you feel like this team will be strong at? And do you feel like, this is a team that kind of, will get San G hopefully back on track?
Well, the biggest thing is that we have 3 quarterbacks, which is a big luxury. I haven't had that in 2 years. And so being able to use the forward pass as part of our offense has kind of been an exciting part of our spring. So we're excited about that. Our skilled guys are excited because they, haven't seen the ball in the air. And so we're definitely going to take advantage of that, spread the field, try and get more people out of the box, still run the ball. That's kind of been our thing since I got here. And so we're still going to do that, but we want to be able to mix it up, find a good combination so that we can be balanced on offense and then play good team offense as well, and not just score really fast and, keep our defense off the field. So,
Coach, I'm not trying to steal your thunder, but maybe the cat's already out of the bag with that cool helmet behind you and going with that baby blue at San G, but kind of a rebranding, right, for the Spartans this season?
Yeah, we, like I told you before, we were talking before we came on, is, for us, it's been a very, very hard 2 years. San Bernardino struggled really, really, it was a really tough time for all of our families. And so at our legacy breakfast, on Saturday, this is really what we're going to talk about, is trying to get back to normal, trying to do normal things. And so we've changed the helmet, same helmet inside, but just put a different paint on the outside, give it a little bit of different look, and it matches our uniforms a little bit more. Nowadays, all of our athletes, they see, the 12 different helmet colors that the college has got. So, we got one. I got asked today, do we still get to use blue, or are we going to get shields? We're going to, all kinds of stuff. That's what they're worried about. I'm worried about trying to get first down. So.
Well, Coach, you touched on it. You mentioned the legacy ceremony. Again, why is that important to your team? And what are you hoping what are you hoping that will really resonate with your players and maybe even your coaching staff as well?
Well, again, this is another situation. We haven't been able to get together for, over 3 years. And so an opportunity to get families together and bring them together. Everybody's so busy, administrators and teachers and community people and so on, that we finally get the opportunity to come together in a safe environment and share some time together, and go through the process of, decorating our helmets. And, it just like Spartan lore. I mean, you're getting ready to go off for, not necessarily war, but a competition. And you want to remember those people around you. And that's what the legacy is, every time they put the helmet on and the uniform on, I want them to remember who they are, what they're representing, and not just the school, but their families as well. And it's like collegiately, I was a part of it for 20 years where it was the kickoff dinner, and you had media and those type of things. But it really symbolizes the end of training and the beginning of preparation for competition.
Coach, finally, you mentioned a lot of teams, a lot of cities got hit hard during the pandemic in terms of just numbers, like just, kids, boys and girls coming out for sports, and obviously football got hit real hard. You mentioned you got more depth this year. Are numbers better? And are you excited about, again, just having more players in the program?
Well, 2 years ago, we had 12 kids that finished a half a game. We're at practice right now with about 73, 74 healthy bodies. So that makes a big difference. You can actually practice against each other. 2 years ago, we went into our first game against RIM, and our first contact was the first play of the game. We just literally couldn't have any contact. And everybody knows, you train football players, contact's about everything. And so knowing and understanding that you can't train that way, it just wasn't a very healthy environment. So to be able to get back into that, to be able to train, to prepare sports specifically, it's huge for our program. And so having depth means you can't be lazy, can't be a prima donna. You got to show up every day. You got to work hard. Somebody's going to take your spot. So.
Well, Coach, I always appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to the legacy ceremony this Saturday at San G, and then here we go. Get the scrimmage in the rearview mirror and right into that first game against Bloomington the following week. So, Coach, thank you so much. I will see you Saturday, and I always appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having us on.
You got it. That is Rich McClure, the head football coach for San Gorgonio here on the Inland Sports Show.